nerds, let's go to the Dragon Ball Super panel. Thank you, Bonnie Gordon.
So much, Bonnie, for joining us.
Okay, bye.
Enjoy the Dragon Ball Super panel, guys.
This weekend, and we're glad to have you guys here right now for the Dragon Ball Super panel. I'll be your host for the evening. My name is Justin Rojas. I am the Director of Social Strategy and Development over at Funimation Entertainment. You may have seen me at various other Dragon Ball events in the past, on screen for the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F film, and I'm really honored to be here again with you guys today. Really also excited to not just talk to you guys right here, but talk to y'all on Twitch. For our Twitch watchers, hey, what's up, Twitch? Everyone say, hey, what's up? Woo! You guys can check us out also on twitch.tv/Funimation. We should be hosting this live feed as well right now, so really excited you guys are watching in the globally, really, so it's really cool. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk a little bit of Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, a little bit of Resurrection F, just a little bit of everything. Kind of a history right now, really quick. Dragon Ball is a very special property for Funimation to be working on. It's really special for us to be doing a lot of this at Anime Expo as well. If you guys were around a few years back, we did a little movie called Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. So if you guys don't know the history of this, I mean, this really kicked off of what we're celebrating here today. March 30th, this released theatrically in Japan. We brought it here to Anime Expo on July 3rd, 2014. Anyone around for that? Yeah. You got to do the US red carpet premiere. This introduced new storyline and characters, and it was really the first theatrical release in 17 years for Dragon Ball. Then we kicked it up a notch and did even more for Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. You know, brought back Frieza, we premiered that. We actually did the world premiere here in Hollywood with Funimation and Toei Animation, of course. They're great partners of ours. They've been able to really reinvigorate this Dragon Ball audience to do lots and lots of awesome things, and we're really excited to be doing a lot of stuff with them, especially this movie. When we released it here on August 4th, 2015, we did the North American Limited Theatrical event, and we broke box office records. We hit number 9 in the top 10 grossing anime movies of all time, thanks to you guys. We're the only independent studio to do that as well. And we also knocked out the Wind Rises and Howl's Moving Castle and then bumped those guys down just a little bit. So that's the power of Dragon Ball. You can kick Batman down, thanks Christian Bale, down a little bit there. So what we're talking about here today, guys, we're talking about something that spawned out of all of this, a new series, Dragon Ball. Yep, that's it. There we go, Dragon Ball Super. So this launched actually in Japan on June the 20th, and then we brought it here on broadcast the English dub on Toonami on January 7th this year. And so we're continuing that and releasing the Part 1 Blu-ray and DVD also, and Part 2 coming soon here. If you guys have been watching Dragon Ball Super, then you know it's pretty awesome, and we're really excited to be getting into a lot of the different arcs. Not only does Funimation work on the dub and the home video release, but we are also simulcasting the series too on Funimation.com. So if you guys haven't checked anything out from Dragon Ball Super, let's take a look.
Goku has left to train on King Kai's planet, while across the far expanse of the universe, something very strange and very troubling appears to be sharpening its claws.
Tell you what, I'll only take half.
Another planet has been decimated. Just what could be happening out there? It's only been 39 years. Lord Beerus the Destroyer has awoken.
Eternal Shenron, by your name I summon you forth!
Unbelievable.
Will I finally get to meet a Super Saiyan God? It would appear so.
Oh, Goku.
You want to see the real power of a Super Super Saiyan God, and that's what you'll get! Powered up all the way into a Super Saiyan God!
Brace for impact, you guys!
Wow! It's awesome!
Yeah, you can do it, Dad!
Goku!
Kakarot's done it.
Brace yourself! I was wrong to doubt you. You might be worthy after all.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Super. Again, you guys can watch that on Funimation as well, the simulcast. We also are doing a sale. If you guys want to pick up the other Dragon Ball parts, we're actually doing a sale on our website. We have a Dragon Ball blowout right now this weekend. Go to Funimation.com/shop and you can buy some really awesome Dragon Ball stuff for a low price. So we also have some really cool stuff from our partners that we're working on. And you might get some of that stuff for free, maybe? Is that something you want to do? Okay, so first off, we're going to talk about oh, that's the one, right? Let me give me 1 second on that. Yeah, had a last minute addition because we got some really cool stuff to give away for you guys. So there's a new Dragon Ball Super trading card game, and we have some autographed cards from the game. This one features Super Saiyan Blue Goku on the back here. I'll be honest, I don't know how the power levels work on these. It's probably a really strong card, but these are also autographed by the English voice cast of each character, so. We're going to give away the starter packs here, and we're going to do that via social media. So we have a hashtag that's been on all of our Funimation panels. If you use the hashtag FunAX17, we're going to be picking some tweets and posts from Instagram that are happening during this time slot. So if you guys are watching online as well, you can participate along on Twitter. Use the hashtag FunAX17 for a chance to win some of these things and maybe some more stuff, like some awesome figures from our friends over at Bandai. These premiered. We got the Anime Expo Convention exclusive here of the Super Saiyan Goku, as well as the additional figures here, and the full line is going to be available this fall. And maybe we'll even give away a set of these here for you guys in the room later. So stick around, okay? This is a really amazing year for Dragon Ball in general. So much stuff coming out with Super just being the tip of the iceberg. We're actually working with our friends over at Bandai Namco. They're releasing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 coming to Nintendo Switch this fall. So for you Switch users, yeah, check that out. It's very soon. And something I was really stoked for. I was back here earlier this month, or last month now, for a thing called E3. Anybody go to E3? At E3, they premiered this Dragon Ball Fighters. New fighting game, 2D fighting game. This game is amazing. I could play it a little bit. It's really fun. The characters and the animation looks so good. It's like you're playing the anime for real. Have you guys seen this yet? Yeah? Who has anyone not? Well, now you can. Here, I'm going to play a trailer for you. Super stoked for that. So excited. I have to get back into fighting games, and that's going to do it, I tell you what. And if you guys like games, you like playing games, we actually are playing a game here this weekend. We actually have a puzzle hunt going on for Dragon Ball Super with all of our partners, Toei Animation, Scrap, Anime Expo, Bandai Verve, and Crunchyroll. We have a lot of different things you can do. It's a scavenger hunt where you're trying to gather the Dragon Balls, of course, as you do, to summon Shenron and to defeat the bad guys. So you can start by picking up the play card at the Toei booth up in the front and then taking it to the puzzle hunt booth at 2337. Last day to do that coming up here, so get it done. And this is actually a really cool video that Toei put together. It's an original animation for specifically this Dragon Ball Super puzzle hunt. So let's check it out. All right, enough watching videos. We can do that online. Oh, you guys are. Sorry, Twitch guys. But for the rest of you here, you're gonna see some live entertainment here because we've got some special guests to bring out for you today. All right, are you guys ready? Always ready. Lend me your power. Bring these guys up on stage. We're gonna start with the Japanese voice of Vegeta. Let's check out some Vegeta action here real quick.
誇り高きサイヤ人の王子がこのざまかクソ破れかぶれだ懲りないね君も
Welcome to the stage, Mr. Ryō Horikawa, the Japanese voice of Vegeta!
Hi. Kakaroto! 貴様のような下級戦士がスーパーエリートのこのノリに遊んでもらえるんだ。ありがたく思え。Which means allow a fighter like you can be opposed to the super elite warrior like me. Rejoice. Something like that.
Thank you. All right. We've got some more guests for you guys here. Let's start with our next guest.
Downplaying my dessert tragedy.
It might seem like nothing to you, you pudding-spoiled brat, but I've never tasted it before. I have no idea what it's like. Is it more creamy or gelatinous? Is it savory or sweet? Lumpy or smooth? Is it a rustic flavor? Or experimental? Rich or tart? Or spicy? It could be a brand new flavor, refined on your planet for thousands of years, and I would never know! It could have shattered my whole understanding of what food is! I'll spend eons wondering what if! Do you still think that's trivial, boy? Do you?
Say it, don't spray it, dude!
Welcome to the stage, the voice of Beerus, Jason Douglas. Thank you.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm so thrilled to be here.
Thank you. We have a couple more guests for you guys next up.
What have you done? How could you? What did you do to my Bulma?
Welcome to the stage, Christopher Sabat, the voice of Vegeta.
Wow, you guys are nice. I felt such an urge to step out on stage and try and copy everything he was doing because I've been doing it for the last 18 years, so. I can't say it! I have a terrible memory!
And definitely last but not least.
Well, I could try fighting you in my normal state, but that might be an insult to your power, your destroyerness. This level is called a Super Saiyan.
Interesting. So you relied on this to combat Frieza, and you do seem to have powered up a little bit. As I said, attack when you like.
I can't believe this is happening.
Would you like to share some of this lunch while we wait?
Let's get one thing clear. I don't want you holding anything back in this battle, because I'm giving you all I've got.
Yes, please do.
Welcome to the stage, the voice of Goku and King Kai, Mr. Sean Schemmel.
Hello, I am a member of the greatest band in the world that doesn't play music called Dragon Ball, and you're all a part of it. Woo! Yes! Thank you, love you. Even though I don't know you that well.
So today we have a very special Dragon Ball Super panel here, presented by Toei Animation and Funimation. One more big round of applause for all of our special guests we have on stage. So a few of us have been here before for different things. We did, again, like I mentioned earlier, Battle of Gods. We've done Resurrection F out here. All of you, minus the exception of Jason, have been working on the series for quite a while. Do you guys think that, really, you'd be working on a completely new series for Dragon Ball?
Are you looking at me? Or going there first? Where are we going?
Let's start.
Let's start with the OG. Mr. Ryō Horikawa.
I'm very proud of it, and I'm very happy as an actor in Japan because so many fans in U.S. is willing to see it, is willing to see the TV program Dragon Ball, and it's a very wonderful thing.
That's beautiful. I totally agree. Yeah, I did not expect this either. I wake up every day and still think it's a dream, 18 years on. Then I also realize I have to go to work and scream a lot. Then I dread it a little bit. Then I get excited, and then I get to work, and then I argue with Chris a little bit. Then we have a battle, then we record, and then we make a show, and then we come to Anime Expo. So it's the best job in the world, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
I didn't even imagine we'd be doing this 4 years after we started. Like, it's blowing my mind. Every time I was on a panel, people would ask, if you could ever have a wish from the dragon, what would that, and they'd say it in Yamcha's voice, if you could have like a wish from the dragon, what would it be? And I always said, I wish for more Dragon Ball Z episodes. And I need a new wish now. Now it's just like, let Vegeta win once.
When I started doing anime almost 20 years ago, these guys were at the same time starting to do Dragon Ball. And I think I never dreamed that I would be a part of it because it was not in my backyard. And when I came up and started working with Chris and these guys, and I got invited to be a part of the team, really it was, I want to say it was kind of like a dream come true because it's one of the best written and best conceived shows out there, and it's just an honor to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, so Chris, you've been working on the show as both an ADR director and an actor, and so you have a very intimate knowledge of the series and working with all the different characters for not just Dragon Ball Super, but previous Dragon Ball franchises. What's different about working on Super as a director?
Well, if you want to go all the way back to the start, is that when we were first working on Dragon Ball, we didn't have a lot of information. We had like really archaic tools. We were working on really old computers that worked very slowly. There was no internet to look up facts about characters. We were in a tiny, unair-conditioned office in Fort Worth. It was not the most luxurious of situations. And all of the actors that were part of the show, including myself, didn't have a lot of access to Japanese culture. We didn't have friends that had these discs, or not even discs, like video cassettes sitting around. But now we're working on the most high-tech equipment in beautiful locations with actors that have been working on these characters for 18 years now. So it's like working with like the ultimate super dream team on something, and everyone's been waiting for a show like this to happen. So nobody is walking in going like, oh, when's this going to be over? Everyone's really excited because they know how well this show is received, and no one wants to let anyone down.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you. So I did mention Jason here being the newest addition to the Dragon Ball cast here, and joining. You kind of shared a little bit of your thoughts about this already, joining this huge international franchise. But not only that, the role of your character is a very important one, and it's really the catalyst for starting this new series. What's that like?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I was coming in. I had done King Cold for DBZ Kai. And then Chris brought me in to do a role for Borderlands 2, and then, thank you. And then he brought me in to read for Beerus. And at the time, I don't think, at least I didn't have a clear idea that this was going to be such an important ongoing character to the franchise. But I just thought there was such an interesting and clever way that he was conceived and drawn, and it really gave me, I think, a lot to work with. And then as time went on and it became evident that Beerus was going to play an important role, I really started to kind of invest myself because I had a lot of catching up to do. You know, like these guys have been working on this for so long, and I realized if I'm going to play on these guys' level, I really have to ramp up my game. So I think I'm grateful because I feel like it's brought a better actor out of me just by getting a chance to do this role.
Did Chris, like, when he offered you the role, I don't know if you knew, but he was like, oh, it's a great part, and then he kind of mumbled under his breath, oh, yes, also your vocal cords are going to bleed. But other than that, it's great. It's going to be great.
Like, yeah, totally. And I was used to doing those characters, but it's funny because it was probably, I seem to recall it was kind of underplayed, like, yeah, we've got this character for you, and I think it's up your alley. You kind of sound like the guy that, you know, does it in the Japanese, and so I think you could do it. You were pretty good when you did the role for the video game. So I'd like you to just give it a shot and see what you think.
And I remember Jason going like, "Oh, yeah. That sounds like." Yeah,
he does he does a scary good impression of me.
Sounds like a good idea.
I was totally worried because I was like, if this guy sucks, like there's a new, you kind of get territorial about it. You're like, I've been working on the show with these guys for so long, and there's a new guy in. Who's the new guy, right?
Oh, and Sean had lots of conversations with me about that.
I was very worried about it, and I was just, I didn't hear Jason's work, I don't think, until I saw the premiere, because I either recorded for him, and I was just absolutely blown away, and this huge sigh of relief. And I was like, oh shit, this guy actually might make me have to be a better actor for this movie, because he's really good. I wanted a really good actor, I just didn't want that good actor. But, and I don't think I can kill him because he's bigger than me. No, I'm kidding. No, he's amazing, and I was just been so thrilled. In fact, when I record Super now, I try to read myself in when he has a line before me, because if he's not recorded doing my Beerus impression, and it's terrible, and it's just a fun voice to do. I just feel like you've got a whiskey and a tonic and a cigar or something. It's like, you know, like,
yeah, we do. Well, I mean, what else? It's required for every session. So.
So that brings me to the length of doing this. A question for Sean.
Sorry.
I feel like that with Super and with the feature length films, that Goku has had more character development in probably this than he has had in all 291 episodes of Dragon Ball.
Yes, and it's only like a 1% development. Oh, you got a question though. Go ahead.
So yeah, no, that's exactly. How do you feel about the progression of Goku in the new series?
It's important to note that Goku. I don't believe that Goku, at least the way I glean the information from watching it, and getting a translation, is not a character that is designed to. He's always representing the beginner's mind, but so he's not designed necessarily to evolve as a person as much as he is a fighter, and so he tends to have this beginner's childlike mind the entire time. But what I thought was fascinating about Super is all the other facets and aspects of Goku we get to see, like him dealing with a cell phone, and being a radish farmer, and then doing the cabbage thing with Piccolo. I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then he's taking his tractor with him. For some reason, he has to fly with his tractor. And then he forgets it. And he's got to figure out how to be a fighter of politics just so he can train with Whis, which he's terrible at. I guess these would be growth points, but I think there were always things that were inside Goku that we just never got to see. So I think Super will probably go down as the definitive series as time goes on, because it has so much of Dragon Ball in it, so much of Dragon Ball Z in it, and it's just such the perfect amalgam. But for me as Goku, and just having these little insights, or Goku might damage his chi in that one episode, and then the introduction of Goku Black, and for me it's like, oh my God, this is great. I get to do some really cool evil stuff too, and I get to do what he's been having fun doing this whole time, and he's been having fun doing this whole time, and I don't have to be like happy-go-lucky guy all the time, which is fun, but the choice words are his and his. He gets the fun lines. Even Beerus gets the fun lines. So, but I get to do the power screams, and that's painful but really rewarding and fun once you see it. Yeah. And,
cool.
And I'm always trying to make you guys freak the hell out. So I just want you to feel the power. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm never nervous on stage. Thank you.
So next question is similar for Ryō. You've been voicing these characters for longer than anyone else, and there's been a lot of change in not only your voice but the characters themselves. How have you changed your performance or approach to voicing Vegeta over the years?
Well, actually, I'm not planning to change the acting myself because I'm Vegeta myself, but maybe it'll change from the point of view of fans, and for 30 years, and human change. Yeah. Human change as they grow older, which means I'm human too, so I'm changed, and Vegeta's changed too, in a good way or in bad meaning. So, however, I like to fight against this job and my role constantly in a senior way, not to forget the fresh feeling to the Dragon Ball. That's it.
Amazing.
Spoken like a true thespian.
I think a lot of us, when we first watched Super, or when we first watched Battle of Gods, being able to see that in this new content, these new characters, I know I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, so seeing it be new for the first time made me feel like watching it for the first time again. I don't know about you guys. How many of you actually got your start in Dragon Ball with Super? Anybody with Super
or the movies?
Specifically? Or the movies? Sorry, yeah, the movies or Super.
What did that one person?
One person.
Come on down.
No.
It's amazing, and I think that the interesting thing is, I mean, a lot of you guys here aren't that young, but I think this is the series that's going to bring in the new generation. Also,
I mean, this is probably not the most accurate cross-section of everybody who loves Dragon Ball Z. These are people who love the culture of Dragon Ball Z and love Japanese culture, but I do see when we go to just pop culture conventions where half of them don't even realize it is a Japanese show, I'm seeing more and more people that actually are starting the whole series with Super. They're introducing their kids to the series with Super, and there's this whole generation loop happening where the parents are introducing this to their kids.
Oh, they're not just introducing them. I meet parents that are like, no, they have to
Indoctrinating
watch
them.
it. I'm indoctrinating them to Dragon Ball. And the kid's like, but
Do we
they
have
it.
families in the
They got
audience?
tattoos, yeah.
Stand up if you're a family with your kids that you got into Dragon Ball Super.
Whose parents forced you to watch Dragon Ball? Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make them, even if they hate it. Eat your Dragon Balls. No.
How many of you will force your children to watch Dragon Ball? Against their will.
Withhold. How many people will leave your children in a forest with a green man from another planet? Oh, wait. Unsupervised.
Please think about that very carefully.
Yes, please. I'm referring to Piccolo. This is a metaphor, not anything else.
All right, so
yes.
So we were talking about these relationships that Goku and Vegeta and Beerus have had. We've got 3 of them here, or actually, well, 4 technically, I guess you'd say. So for Super, it's a little different with their relationship with Beerus. So Goku and Vegeta, and Goku with Vegeta, they've had these frenemy relationships throughout the series of Dragon Ball. I feel like you encounter an enemy, you beat him up, or he beats you up, and then you become best buds or some sort. I feel like with the introduction of Beerus, it's a little different, and particularly for Sean and Chris, who have to go and Ryō as well, of course. Their characters having to train under him at this point. How is that different than the previous bad guys they've had to fight?
Well, it's different. I mean, I would definitely want Jason to speak on this too, because through learning how Jason approached the character and his analysis of it, kind of, even though I've watched it, opens my eyes to it more in the sense that Beerus is a different kind of villain versus a malevolent villain who's bent on destruction for some mean reason, whereas Beerus just simply is what he is. And Goku's used to having trainers. He trained under King Kai, trained under Master Roshi, but Vegeta's not. Did he train under anybody, or is he used to being a subordinate in that way? Or?
Well, all of his trainers are dead.
Yeah, oh, that's true. I don't kill
One
my
of
trainers.
his trainers, that might have been Frieza perhaps, killed him once. So he's had a little more rough. But it is funny in the way that Vegeta treats the training, because he takes it very seriously, and Goku can't hold his own urine on the trip there.
Yeah, he can't. No.
So Ryō, do you have any thoughts about the relationship of Vegeta and Beerus as well?
I'm sorry, actually, I don't understand it. I mean, そうね、まだ途中で僕も撮ってるんでどうなっていくのかはわからないですけれど、まあ良好になればいいんじゃないかなと思うけれどね。そういうことでいいのかな?
So it's still, continuing. So I can't really decipher what's going on. But I hope that as the series goes on, they do have a very good friendship. I hope that happens soon.
That's a great segue.
Do you think? I have a question. Quick question, Ryō. I have this theory, and I don't know if it's true or not. Do you think maybe Beerus and Whis are grooming Vegeta and Goku to be a new god of destruction or a new god of creation?
Yeah.
Maybe Vegeta is the god of destruction. Do you think so? Maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Look at Ryō, look me in the eyes and wait twice if you know the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That was a great segue for my next question, actually.
Good.
What do you guys look most forward to in Dragon Ball Super? And some spoilers. I know we're just talking about on this side, the dub. Ryō has more knowledge about working on it further down the road. So feel free to discuss your personal thoughts. I think we're all in this room anticipating potential spoilers if you haven't watched the full, what is it? What episode are we up to now? 70?
97, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you guys looking forward to?
Well, I mentioned wishes to the Dragon Balls before, and when I was trying to be creative with my answer and say and not do something like more episodes of Dragon Ball Z, the other thing I always wish for would be some female Saiyans.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I wonder if their hair gets shorter as they get powered up, whereas the guys' hairs get long. I don't know if it's inverted or something. Like their hair gets shorter and shorter, and then they're bald at Super Saiyan 3. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'm looking forward to getting to know. I'm looking forward to the family reunion of the expanded sort of family of destroyers, and just kind of finding out what the other universes have in store, because I think it really elevates the show. I mean, it brings it to a whole new epic level when you have this kind of intergalactic battles going on. So I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to drawing out more of the charming point of the character that I played by playing a lot more. And, well, it's very, very difficult to say. Yeah. And
you know what I hope, Ryō? I hope that Goku gets hit on the head and becomes evil, and then Vegeta has to teach him how to be nice. He says things like, "Some will say thank you, I think, or you open the door for them. I'm not sure." You know, he doesn't. And Goku's all mean. I hope that happens, and then Vegeta has to be the nice guy. Goku's just a jerk all the time. Kind of is already, but no, I'm kidding.
All right, so I've been asking you guys a lot of questions. I want to give the audience here some time to also ask some questions. Paul on our team, going to get you to come up here. He's going to be right here at the microphone. If you guys want you to line up right in the center aisle, Paul's going to ask you guys.
There's a very high likelihood that you all won't get a question, so we're just
Please.
warning you.
Yes. So we do have some rules here. No, not.
That's
not
probably
asking-
more than enough people.
That's probably more than.
probably good.
I hate to burst any bubbles, but I don't know if we'll have time.
So I do want to cover some ground rules. Let's keep this as Dragon Ball focused as possible for each of these guys. They have lots of different roles they do, but we're going to keep it connected to Dragon Ball here. No asking to do voices or lines. No asking for photos or handshakes right now. That's what we have autograph sessions and meet and greets and things for. So we want to get as much good content out of this as possible for you guys. Okay, start here.
Testing? Okay. This is a question for Chris, Sean, and Horikawa-san. One of the most interesting things in the movies and Super is how Vegeta has now become more of a family man, arguably, I would say, even more so than Goku.
Absolutely more so than Goku.
Yeah. I think when Vegeta was a complete villain, he was a better family man than Goku ever was.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I was just wondering what your thoughts are on that and how that has kind of changed the dynamic, considering he was such a villain early on and now he's so different.
I think it's a natural progression for him. He's getting older. He's becoming a father. Like he's really becoming. I think he's over the years began to understand why, and he even mentioned it when he sacrificed himself against Boo. That there are a lot of human traits that he really admires, and at that point he realized that there was so much to lose. I think it made him appreciate the life that he has on Earth more, and I love that part of his progression. I find it fascinating. I find it a great character progression, and frankly, it's really funny a lot of the time, and it cracks me up.
Mm-hmm. Cool, thank you.
Okay.
Horikawa-san?
yes, Chris is right. Getting old is a very important thing for human and sweet for my wife and my children, adorable children. so getting old.
All right, next question.
Hi, my name is Reiki, and my question is for all of you guys. If there were to be a new god form for the Super Saiyans, what would you pick the color to be for the hair?
The rainbow wig from that guy from the 70s who holds the John 3:16 sign. No, I'm kidding.
Do you have a color you'd like?
Could they do like chartreuse and teal? You know, something that would just.
They almost have that.
Yeah, that's true.
They've used so
left?
many great colors. I would love to see a green hair. That would be nice. Or maybe Piccolo might become a Namekian god and grow like lush green hair all over his body.
Ooh.
It'd be like a Wookiee, a green Wookiee.
Yes. Of course, I got black one to the gold hair, and green, and next is. Well, all right, whatever you like.
Whatever you want.
Well,
next question.
Maybe red.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Alden, and I was wondering if you guys were no longer able to voice your respective Dragon Ball characters, who would you want taking over for you guys?
Nobody. I will come back from the dead. I've even had fantasies about like Mel. I don't know if you know about this about Mel Blanc, but he was in a car wreck, and they recorded his Bugs Bunny lines with a mic over his hospital bed. If I can't do it, I'm gonna say, get the screams from before, but I'm gonna do all the dialogue, and I'll be on the bed there going.
Sean is perfectly correct.
What's that? What about you, Chris?
Nothing's ever going to happen to me because I have the Dragon Balls. So, and Sean would just keep wishing me back.
I would.
I'm going to be around for a very long time.
Great.
Who would you have if you could not? I can't even entertain that question with you, so I'm not even gonna. But you can answer it if you want. If you want any actor to replace you, should you're not able to play it, do you recommend?
Yeah. No one. No one can do Vegeta.
All right, next
No,
question.
wait, I got it. Danny DeVito. I'm joking.
Christopher Walken.
Just somebody who would.
Nigel Boo. Or that, Christopher Walken.
I'm the prince. All saying.
Again, I'm gonna get you to do it. No, Christopher Walken, Vegeta speaking with a Christopher Walken. We talked about it last night. I tried to get him to do it, and I was trying to explain it to him, and I'm not sure if he quite understood who Christopher Walken was, but I was walking around Japan a few years ago, and I was picturing everyone speaking Japanese with a Christopher Walken accent. So like, watashi wa koi. And I was hoping that, you know, they knew who he was and they would do that for me, but I was not able to get that happening.
What's funny is that he ran that past me first. Yeah. He was like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't think he's going to understand what you're talking about. And Sean today was like, yeah, I brought that up last night. He really didn't understand what
I was saying. And then I wasn't going to say anything on the panel, and here I am doing that. Yeah. And then...
All right, let's have our next question here.
Yes. I didn't get to do mine. I just got up here. Sorry, they were making a
No,
joke.
it's okay. We can do a question. Yes.
Hi, I'm Kaylin. I was here for My Hero Academia. I saw you earlier. I lost
Awesome.
Shembo. My question is for the Saiyan dads, all three of you right there. Do you think you guys have a favorite child with all your kids? Bulla or Trunks? Goten or Gohan? I know you have favoritism.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite son? Is one of your sons?
Goku does not really have favorite anything other than fighting. And I think he didn't realize kids were going to be born when he did that thing with Chi-Chi. I think he thought he was doing a dance or something, or training. And then somehow her tummy got fatter, and he didn't understand that. And then a person came out who kind of looked like him, and he didn't understand that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of. I'm going to let Ryō go here.
I think it's a very difficult question to answer. I love each one. Love them all.
I could see Vegeta messing with his children and telling them each that they're his respective favorite when they're alone with him. But I also see him messing with Trunks a little bit and say like, I liked your future version better than you.
All right, so I have one question here, actually, from the Twitch chat from Lethal Prime on Twitch, who asks if any of you guys own any Dragon Ball merchandise that you keep as a very important keepsake.
I have I have a lot of special, unique things. One of the things I have is when I moved away to New York, Chris and I were not the closest of friends, but we were friends, and he did something so sweet. He knew I was a Piccolo fan, and I have on my shelf a Piccolo action figure from the original movie series, and it says, to Sean, a true Saiyan and a true friend. And I still have that. Even though we fight like brothers, but I still have that, along with the kazoo and a recording that they put in my hotel room, which you all probably know that story, so I'm not going to waste time telling it here, but there's on my shrine, my Chris Sabat shrine.
Well, I'll reciprocate with one time Sean was feeling really nice. And one time, and I received in the mail, and Sean was acting really weird. I couldn't tell what it was. He had some secret, and Sean's really bad at keeping them. But then I know something came in the mail. And he kept saying, "Hey, did you get anything in the mail?" I'm like, "We get mail all the time, Sean." And he wouldn't tell me. And I opened it up, and this is after Resurrection, and it was after Battle of Gods, and it was a gold PlayStation 4.
Not real gold. I can't afford that, but
it was gold painted, and the controllers had 9001 written on them, and it had like a little note in it. Do you remember what you wrote?
I forgot what I said in the note.
It said like, "Hey Vegeta, I wish for the Dragon Balls and got you this cool PlayStation."
Oh yeah.
Goku.
Yeah, Goku would waste a wish on not that a PlayStation isn't awesome, but there are larger world issues than such as his entire planet being destroyed by Frieza.
Well, they can find them. They can keep finding them over and over again.
Yeah,
so it
true.
really is like, anyway.
Do you have a special piece of Dragon Ball?
I have a figure of Vegeta, my home, and the most important for me is the figure of Vegeta and CD song and yeah, of course, DVD.
Hey Jason, have you acquired anything special yet?
Yeah, you know, I have a couple of action figures, specifically the bobblehead that came from the Comic-Con, I guess it was last year, the special
Pop
edition, the
yeah.
Pop vinyl. Yeah. And, but you know, this is interesting, and I have a piece that a fan sent me, and he does these collages out of duct tape, and as strange as that sounds, he's meticulous and spends tons of hours to get it just right.
I know this guy.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's awesome.
Yeah. And he sent me a piece, and it's Beerus, and I actually have it sitting up on kind of in a high place in my house because I thought anybody who spends that kind of time and dedication to create something and then send it to you, that is, you know, that he's honoring the show and he's honoring me as an actor, and I
thought you were going to
really
say
appreciated that.
I thought you were going to say my kids finally like me.
All right. See you next question.
All right, so lately in the Dragon Ball Super series, like in terms of the Japanese dub, like we're seeing a lot of the old Z fighters, and not only just seeing them, we're seeing them fight, like how some Super Android 17 is able to keep up with Goku. But no, never minding that. Just like, how do you guys feel about all the old Z fighters coming back? Do you like have a wave of nostalgia, or?
Man, you talk faster than me, and I know I want to understand the question. What's the question?
So how do you feel about all the old Z fighters coming back?
You're not slowing down.
So here, I got it.
Trust me.
So he's asking, how do you guys feel about the old Z fighters, the Krillins, the Master
Are you talking about the
Roshi's?
action figures?
No, the characters. The characters themselves. Getting into fights again. They're getting some action again in the later episodes of Super.
In a tracksuit? No, I'm joking. How do we feel about their getting in battle again and dusting off the cobwebs? And
yeah.
I thought it was particularly thrilling because I think Master Roshi did more Kamehamehas in the movie than Goku did. And then he bulked up and was doing some really cool stuff. We finally see him in battle. I still have yet to see, I want to see a really good King Kai battle. Because he does train him and he is a master of some kind of fighting. And you know, had to have been a badass at some point, so I'd love to see King Kai battle and what his fight moves are. You know, he has a special, you know, I don't know, joke cannon, or some kind of, joke attack, or something. What do you think, Chris?
I'm going to be disappointed if they at the end of Super they don't reveal that Mr. Popo is the master of all universes. That's what I want to see. I remember a moment when we were really given this awesome experience to watch the premiere of Resurrection F in a theater in California. It was the international premiere. Toei decided to have its international premiere in Los Angeles. So it was very cool. We felt really special.
And it was the Japanese version they were airing.
Exactly. We were watching the Japanese version with subtitles. We were on our best behavior. And, there's all these people around that, Masako Nozawa came, and we were all really nervous because we're in the presence of Japanese actors and things. And I kind of made I had an embarrassing moment while the film was playing. It was Tien Shinhan coming out saying, "Hey, I left Yamcha at home because he'd be too weak for this battle." And I literally out loud yelled, "No!" And I was a little disruptive because I was really disappointed because the guy who plays Tien and I play Yamcha, we have this battle as to who's the lamer character in the show. And that meant that he won, so.
Ryō, do you have any thoughts about the old fighters coming back to do new battles?
だから難しいね。あんまり今となっては忘れちゃってることの方が多いんだけど、こんなこと言ったら怒られるかな。
Yeah, so it's a very difficult question. It's been such a long time. It's kind of hard to remember their past performances and stuff. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but that's how I feel a little bit.
Hey, Ryō, I have just a quick question for you, and I always do this to Ryō because I'm always so excited whenever I see him in a panel. Because I learned so much about Vegeta listening to him talk. We've had a lot of conversations at dinners and things like that where we're sharing our experiences working on the show. But I haven't asked you this question. I know in Japan you record in a group setting.
Yes.
Because of that, I imagine you know the actors fairly well. Is there an actor that you're really good friends with, like one of the other cast members? Is there? I absolutely hate Eric Vale, the voice of Trunks. But I love him. Actually, I love him dearly. But I was like, is there someone in the cast that you're really close with?
I think the Japanese actors are very nice and sweet. And for example, Toru Furuya, when? Really? And of course, Masako Nozawa.
Yeah.
And so many friends, and we always go to the restaurant to eat and dinner after the recording is over. It's a very good thing and very important thing for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. All right, next question.
All right, so I would say that Vegeta has one of the best character arcs ever out of any character in any universe.
I would agree with you.
I would like to ask both of you that have voiced him, how has voicing him over the years really impacted how you have seen the character and how you do your work now with Super?
Wow, that is a deep question. I'm not sure if it's Vegeta's character that has impacted the way I play his character, obviously, because we're always looking at the character and trying to gather as much information as possible. I guess if anything has impacted my acting on it, it's how much fans appreciate this show, and I'm not even lying because you're all just kind of sitting right here. There's a lot of stress because we know that when we finish this, you all are going to watch it, and I never want to do a less than job for that character. And Vegeta is a very painful character to play. I imagine it's the same, It's vocally stressful. He's really, really loud. He's very angry. And when I leave a session, I'm typically as angry as Vegeta sometimes. And I'm sweaty and I feel horrible and like it's really painful. But I would never do any less than my absolute best because I know I would regret it for the rest of my life. You know?
And also, you don't want to get flamed online.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait on you, buddy. No.
I'm not sleeping, all right?
Yeah.
そうだな、変わったこと、そんなに変わってはいないと思うんですけど、ただ、日常で彼はすごく怒りやすいですから、he's very easy to lose his temper。だから、あまり怒らないようにしようとしてます。
So, not really too much has changed, but like we said earlier, Vegeta is a very angry character. So, because of that, I try to make sure on my normal daily life that I don't get too upset.
So I have actually one question.
I just want to add one more thing, because if I do get angry, it's not good for your body. Because if you get too angry, it's not good. So you got to keep calm a little bit.
Cool. All right, actually, I have a quick question here from the Twitch chat as well, from Byron Arclight. This one's for Jason. Beerus is known for his love of food. It's very specific foods. Do you have a favorite food?
My wife is an amazing cook, and and she's we're foodies. So anything that she prepares and is absolutely fantastic. But I love to eat, and in real life, and so a favorite, I don't know. Let me get back. What was that? I was thinking there was something that I really like that my wife makes. It's this thing that's
cheese!
Delicious. I was thinking that I would like to order a delicious cheese pizza right about now. You think we can make that happen? Nope, can't think of it.
Thank you. This next question.
Hi, it's nice to meet all of you. And the question's for all of you. Do you think it's kind of bullshit that like some of the characters got like a power up just in time for the Tournament of Power? Like, how is Android 17 that strong all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's make believe. It's not real.
Because it's showbiz. Oh no, the tournament's coming up. They're not at the right level. I don't know. Power them up. Okay. That's my impression of, I don't even sound like a Japanese executive producer, but it sounds like a Hollywood guy. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. They get these, and then Gohan gets his powers unlocked with the Supreme Kai. And
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Ryō?
Yeah.
So I think it can't be avoided because they all want to get strong too. So and they are kind of teammates. So I hope they all get strong too.
Yeah. You all get stronger together. All right, next question.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. First of all, I wanted to say thanks for giving me an awesome childhood.
You're welcome.
As well as my dad said hi.
Your parents and I are so proud of you.
I wanted to ask, who was your favorite trainer for Goku or Vegeta, basically?
Oh, yeah, I'm really enjoying. I mean, maybe it's just because it's new. I mean, King Kai would be probably my favorite, but I really love this whole Whis, and the fact that like Whis is doing like therapy with them. You're too aggressive, and you need to relax, or you need to not be as relaxed. He's like trying to actually psychoanalyze them as he trains them, and the mockery around that. And so I find this train also because it's so mysterious. What is the limit of Whis' power? What do the God mode powers delineate? Yes, he's faster and he's stronger. Is there a new move, or is there some there's so much mystery around it? And how will we train them in interesting ways that's way different than King Kai or Master Roshi? So I have to say it's going to be, the Whis would be the trainer. Plus the symbol's really cool. So
yeah, I defer to his answer on that. That was going to be, literally was going to be my answer
oh, wow.
too.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love, if anything, I love Vegeta begging Whis to train him. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in Super so far.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
To crack an egg.
I think Vegeta is always trying to train myself alone. So, does he have any teacher?
They're all dead.
Yep. I'd like to think that his teacher might be
Yeah,
maybe his
in a way,
spaceship.
teacher, maybe not, but Goku and
Inspires.
They need each other. Goku and
I
Vegeta
forget the
maybe
character's
train
name.
each other.
Undersized.
No. He's what?
No.
2 syllables. No.
Goku and Vegeta have this relationship where they heighten each other because they're rivals.
True.
So I think in that aspect,
Rivals, very, very important. And 名前が出てこないんだよな。名前が出てこないんだよな。あれ。
Sorry, name's skipping my head right now. I'm thinking
Oh my
about
God. Sorry to keep you waiting. So.
We can come back to it.
Do you mean that Goku and Vegeta need each other because they train each other? And therefore, they've even said so on the show. Like Vegeta will say, I would destroy this clown if he wasn't...
鍛えられてるから、だからある意味では悟空もそうだし、かな。あとピッコロじゃなくて一番勝てなかった人。なんつったっけ？
So, like I said, Goku, because they fight each other and heighten themselves. And the names...
どうしても勝てなかった。
There's a guy that Vegeta couldn't beat. It's just skipping my head right now. It's anyone that might have some names out there?
Who couldn't Vegeta beat?
Oh, this...
Boo. Let's go through the list. Boo, Cell. You couldn't beat...
Frieza.
Frieza.
Sorry, I forgot his name. Sorry.
He's not important.
Sorry, Frieza. だからそういう意味ではフリーザもそうだけどどうしても戦って勝てなかった。で、どうしてもあの人に追いつこうという。それがやっぱりある意味の先生ではあるのかもしれない。
So yeah, Frieza is a guy that Vegeta couldn't beat, and he's always trying to strive to become better than him, stronger than him. So in that sense, he's also a kind of teacher for Vegeta.
Yep. All right, let's go to our next question. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. It's an honor to meet all of you. My question is, given how far you guys have progressed in the series, do you guys think that you have any specific moment that you'd say is your favorite at this point in time?
From what we've recorded, we were at a point where one of my favorite moments for this... Are you talking about Super, right?
Overall.
Or for the whole series?
It can be for Super or for like overall.
Well, my favorite 2 things of all time are Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. Though I think that's just the best work I've ever done. I think it's the best that Dragon Ball has to offer, even though all of it's great. And then the series, I love comedy and I love playing King Kai for comedy and I love the battles and fighting, but anytime Goku is just doing stupid, he forgot his tractor, he doesn't know how to use a cell phone, he's just being a goofball, he busted the ball, Vegeta's doing what? And he's just freaking out like the Kool-Aid man. I can barely do it right now. But all those moments are just like, I am so excited and so happy. And I love Vegeta going on vacation. I think that, and he was such a good boy. He did not destroy the mosh pit. And he just flew away without killing anyone. That is a major growth point for Vegeta. That was awesome.
I've been to Walt Disney World. I know how he feels. It's painful.
What is your favorite moment so far in Super
well,
or the series?
I remember the scene. I said to Trunks, I've never held your Trunks before in my life, so let me hug you. And come. That's my favorite scene.
It's a good answer. Good answer. Thank
Which
you.
Which is really funny because Vegeta, like, that's almost the same as my favorite moment, and that's when Vegeta and Goku are fighting, when he's Majin. And it's the most epic fight in Dragon Ball Z. And at the very end, Vegeta also goes, bonk, on the back of his head. And that was such a great moment for me. Like, he won for a moment.
Do you have one, Jason, so far?
You know, there's a couple, but you know, there's one scene that I always go back to, and it's on the extended version of Battle of Gods, and it's really where we meet Beerus for the first time, and there's that just extended scene of him just waking up, but not really being awake yet. And for me, that was sort of foundational in terms of the voice of Beerus. So if I'm ever sort of questioning, am I veering a little bit, I will go back to that scene to just revisit, because I feel like that was the kernel of what became Beerus, and I always want to kind of hit that as a touchstone. I really love where we're going now, and the stuff that recently aired with his discovery of pizza. Because to be honest with you, like when we did that section in Resurrection F, it was all right. I wasn't like completely satisfied with it, I guess you might say, and I think the chance to come back to it in Super gave us a chance to really tease that out and make it just completely ridiculous. And I love the sort of the contrast between the deadly serious, about to blow your planet up Beerus, and then suddenly please, why don't you let me have some more of that pizza? It makes no sense, and it makes perfect sense.
Well, you know, Jason, if you're lucky, you'll get to do it all again when they release Dragon Ball Super Kai. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Then it'll be abbreviated again, and it'll be back to what it was in Resurrection F.
I think you brought up a really good point about the extended version of the movies. Like, there's actually, who hasn't seen the extended version? Who only watched the theatrical version? Like, you got to see the extended stuff. And then not only that, now you have to watch Super, because a lot of people think, oh well, I've seen the movies, I know what happens in Super. There's so much.
Oh, in the first 26, it's a bunch of different angles from the same story, and so there's a whole lot of stuff in there.
I was genuinely worried before I'd seen Super that it wasn't going. I thought it's the ultimate spoiler to know what's going to happen in the two first arcs. But I actually really like the way Super is told, and there are a lot of things that are really fun, and they're introducing some new elements. And the bingo song was super epic, but Vegeta trying to crack an egg like a child is still one of my favorite moments. Yeah, I really think that Super brings a lot to the table, and it's kind of critical that you watch it in order to understand what's going to be happening in the future, too.
It fills in a lot of gaps, too, like what you might wonder about during the movies, because they tell it from different angles, the same, the Battle of Gods Resurrection F story, and some other, interstitial stuff, such as The Vacation, which is fascinating and fun as hell. Good question.
All right, thank you. Next question.
All right. Out of all the classic movie villains like Broly, Android 13, Lord Slug, who would you want to see come up in the series? Or the cameo?
I was a little disappointed when they brought back Frieza, because I thought that we'd have something new. But then when I saw it, I realized what they were doing, and I thought it was a great idea. It was fantastic. So I do like to bring in. I would love to see more new villains that we've never heard of, who intrigue us and delight us, etc. I definitely like Cell a lot, or that would be one of my favorites. Or even bring back Dr. Gero, just raising from the dead or something. I don't know. What do you think, Ryō?
もう誰も出てきてほしくないね。自分がナンバーワンでいたいから。
So for me, I don't want anyone to come back because, I'm Vegeta. I want to be number one.
So is that hard dealing with Beerus and Whis right now? Because you can't be right now.
I don't think that was a good comment, Justin. No. He might go Super Saiyan. No.
あの人たちもいずれ戦うことになるんじゃないかなと思います。まだわかんないですけどね。
So I'm not for certain, but I'm expecting to fight them again later on in the series, maybe, and then we'll see how it goes.
All right.
できるなら打ち勝ちたいけど。
Vegeta will win and be number 1 again.
So, I'd really like to see that little the android with the little pimp hat come back. Like, that's who I want to see.
Do you
13, I think it was. 14. 15. Thank you. That's some deep cut Dragon Ball knowledge.
This is my own personal question for Jason. Do you think Beerus? We're talking about his character, and you're studying how he would react. Do you think he really even cares that Whis is more powerful or anything? Or
No,
that anyone is?
I don't think. I think he views himself as being the ultimate potent force of destruction. I mean, he has his job to do, and Whis has like a slightly different job to do. So it's not a question of I don't think it's a question of like sort of looking at Whis and going, oh, he's more powerful than me. And I don't think we know how that really teases out yet. But I think he's comfortable in his own skin. I've said before that I think Beerus is a force of nature. And what we see, like his reactions, his idiosyncrasies, the way he fights, his personality, that's really just sort of a sentient face on something that is it's beyond persona. It's the ultimate destructive force. Like we would think of as a hurricane or an earthquake. He's a star killer. He's a star destroyer, a planet destroyer. So I think that for Beerus, Whis is a conduit. I mean, he needs Whis. For him, Whis enables him to destroy more efficiently.
Do you think, Jason, when I was playing Goku against you in Battle of Gods Resurrection F, one of the things I noticed about Beerus as you play him across, and I don't know if you were thinking this, that Beerus doesn't destroy the planet because he identifies in Goku the thing that Goku has, which is the lust and the love for fighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so is there part of him that's like, well, I might actually enjoy this. This
Right,
might make my life interesting
it's
a little
the
bit.
gamesmanship that he enjoys
and he
of the
respects
fighting.
that in Goku?
Absolutely, and I think that's the point. What sort of touches off this whole thing for us? It's Beerus having a dream. It's Beerus being visited in a dream by a vision. That's sort of what precipitates him coming back. He wakes up early, comes back, and he's got to find this Super Saiyan God. Because why? Because it might present a challenge.
Which he
stop
fears and
being
enjoys,
bored.
right? Is that true?
I think so. There might be some fear. I don't know if it's as much fear as it is excitement. It's lust for some violence.
Yeah.
It's one thing to destroy a planet, which is a giant rock hurling through space.
Right.
It's another thing to destroy something or to engage in battle with something that has the corresponding force.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is exciting, especially when you're millions and billions of years old. I think I just almost did a Carl Sagan impression without trying to.
Years old, the God Beerus.
In a way, you almost just described Goku, except where Goku has just a lust for fighting for the sake of enjoyment and self-betterment, he just likes to fight to destroy something.
Yeah, and I like this idea. We were talking about this earlier. This idea that there is something about Beerus that is very similar when you talk about the way your character is sort of static in his. He just loves fighting.
Yeah.
Like he comes back to that, and I feel like that's with Beerus. There's this. When's the next challenge? When's the next thing? And when's my next meal?
And then it begs the deeper question: is Goku also just a force of nature?
Which brings us back to the question of is Goku being, is there something down the road for Goku and Vegeta?
Inside the actor's studio.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's a good question, Justin.
Thank you. Take another one from the audience here.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to say, thank you for giving me a good childhood and, good adolescent years. My question is, I don't have any bias, but so Goku's always been, one step ahead of Vegeta. He's always gone Super Saiyan. He went Super Saiyan 3, all that. What do you guys believe that Vegeta can reclaim his throne, ahead of Goku, or will he really be like one step behind Goku?
Let's let Ryō start this one off.
Yeah, that's a Ryō question. In a way. Although I'm sure you have an opinion, Chris.
No, I
You don't?
Of course I do.
Yes. 確かにいつもちょっと遅れてるってところはあるんだけど、それが戦い続けられる、挑戦し続けられる、そしていつかは一番になる。もう一番になっちゃったらそれでおしまいでつまらないでしょ。
So yeah, if you look at it, Vegeta is one, like you said, one step below Goku, or one step slower than Goku at maybe getting stronger. But because of that, that's a challenge because he's someone's better than him and he wants to get better. And because if you become number one, what are you going to do? There's nothing to do, right? So I think I'm enjoying that process right now.
That's a very good way of putting it.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't think if Vegeta was ever truly better than Goku, the show would just be over. Like,
yes,
I think that's part of the it's part of the trick of that series. They're sort of yin and yang, and the only thing that's been troubling for me now is that Vegeta now knows that there's someone stronger than both of them, but he needs Goku to train with in order to succeed. I do have my problems with the way Resurrection F ended, frankly.
Because of the Charlie Brown situation?
Yeah, I wanted there to be another temporal do-over where Whis has him go back one more time so he gets to kill Frieza, but I think it's like Scully and Mulder or any of these like famous characters that like they could never really kiss or the show would be over. It's the same with Vegeta and Goku. They can't ever kiss. They can't ever kiss.
We haven't, so I think we're good.
But when they do kiss, the show will definitely be over.
Yeah.
Like, hold me, Kakarot.
All right. Cool. Thank you very much.
Hey, it's me, Goku. No, it's not. No, I'm kidding. That's great. I'm kidding. No, you're great, man. That's awesome.
Anyways, I just want to say my name is James. And
Hi, James.
First of all, I asked my question.
Sorry.
But you said your name was Goku.
I thought it was because I knew it was, and I knew you were James. Thank you,
It's
Chris.
James
Woo, no.
Gokuson.
Yeah, Gokuson.
Sean James, okay. But anyways, I just want to say before my question, Sean and Chris, you two are my two favorite voice actors.
Thank you very much.
You made the whole Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super my favorite anime ever.
Thank you very much.
So I just want to say thank you so much, all of you, for the work you've done. Seriously, and thank you for trying not to cry.
It's all right, man.
But anyways, okay. My question, in the far future of basically, for the series finale, hopefully episode 1000, do you think the final battle will be between Goku and Vegeta?
I know enough about how the series is going to see how that's going to fit in, you know, and for those of you who watched ahead, because I know there's some sort of, spoiler alert, universe tournament going on or something, and so I'm wondering, we'll be left with a Goku in one universe and a Vegeta in another, or a different, I mean, there's so many options when you start talking about parallel universes, or universi, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but, you know, it could. What do you think, Chris? I don't know.
I think it'd be really funny if they got to the very, very end of the series and like Vegeta and Goku are like charging each other, and then they have these ultimate attack moves they built up over the years, and they go to almost punch each other in the face, and then it just runs the credits.
And it's like, and it says the end of Dragon Ball Forever. Thank you. Goodbye.
Don't be a tease. Don't tease us.
That's the exact plot of Rocky 3.
Yeah.
You know, you may be right on that. And then it would just have a little title at the bottom. Please watch Dragon Ball GT. I'm joking, guys. I'm thinking. Come on. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
I would hope it would be.
Do you think it will be Goku and Vegeta at the end of Super?
まあ最後には戦うことになるのかもしれないけれど、でもその勝敗がわからない形で終わるのが一番かっこいいんじゃないかなと思うな。
So yeah, I also agree that they'll probably end up fighting, but I really wish that the best way for the series probably end is without actually knowing the end results of the battle. So, you know, just like what they said, right when you're about to attack, credits or something, because you don't want the ending, right?
Two Vegetas think alike. I like it. I'm into it.
Hey, wink twice if you know if that's the answer. Like that. I'm always trying to get him to tell me secrets.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
And we are getting close to time here, so I just want to let you know, if you guys are probably at least a couple back, you're probably not going to get to answer your or ask your question here. So we're going to try to get through some as fast as possible here. Let's see if we can do some lightning round, maybe, and just kind of.
That's funny.
What we got? Let's do the next question.
Okay, my name is Chris, and first of all, I want to say I love all of you guys. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z for years now. I am 26 years old, and I've been watching it ever since I was a kid.
Awesome.
So I love all of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question is, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, Dragon Ball GT. What was your take on the entire series?
Well, since Toei's here, maybe just tell us what went on. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know if we want to belabor like this audience with Dragon Ball GT talk, but I will say this. By the time I got finished with Dragon Ball Z, I knew that Akira Toriyama didn't have much to do with Dragon Ball GT, so I actually chose to step away from directing it at that point so I could start doing some other things. But I will say, Chris Bevins came in to record Dragon Ball GT, and I have to give him a lot of credit because he was really fresh on it. He was really excited to do it, and I think the show could have been a lot worse had he not really taken the excellent care he did with Dragon Ball GT. Love it or not, I think it was well recorded, it was well produced, and it was definitely taken care of.
And I'm gonna go with that answer.
Okay.
I also love all series of Dragon Balls.
Yes.
So not only GT, but also Super, other things. So I really love them. That's what I really have. That's what I really want to say.
Next question.
Hi, my name's Anthony, and it's actually related to the Resurrection F movie because I actually work at a movie theater, and for both Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, I took those days off so I could watch it. And
Even though you could see him for free for like 10 times, like over and over.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Now, in Resurrection F, before the movie even played, there was a featurette of the English voice actors doing lines from different movies.
Oh, from the
Step Brothers.
That was the Nerdist piece.
And it had me thinking for a long time. I remember vividly the scene when Goku first transformed into Super Saiyan 3.
Right.
And I've been wondering, besides that, have you guys ever had a scream off between the voice actors?
Well, we do it at work all the time practically, so I don't, I mean, I don't know, and I've actually wondered tangentially, I'm gonna skirt your question a little bit because I don't know that I can answer, but I can say this, I have wondered if, we fed off each other from hearing each other. If any other actor said, oh, Sean's screaming that loud, I'm gonna do this, or Chris has said, I'm gonna try to, I don't know if there's any, I was never competing against anyone, I was just trying to match the animation. But I wonder if there's any feeding off each other for
I'm not gonna lie. There have been times when I've redone a scream, knowing that like Sean might do his scream better than mine, so I'm going to do mine better because of
I'm
that.
glad.
We've never had a scream off because that would literally be like the most torturous thing to do.
Absolutely for
so
free.
The answer to your question is no. We've never had a scream off. And nor do we want to at this very moment either.
No, not in this, especially after we've been talking for 4 days.
And kind of add, I would actually like to wonder the same thing for the Japanese voice actor as well.
I think I think yelling and shouting is very good, and maybe, and I think the passion is what I really love.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we probably
hang on 1 second. I have a couple of minutes left. I just don't want to make sure I get a chance to say this. I was thinking about the whole time because I'm kind of astounded by this room and the fact that I'm sitting here next to Ryō and have on many occasions. And you have a guy in Japan named Akira Toriyama who's just drawn a cartoon many years ago, and here we all are. And I'm friends with a guy who I never would have known otherwise. I know all, in a way of you. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am to Akira Toriyama, Toei Animation, for creating this and changing my life. I mean, my life would not be the same without it, and Funimation especially, and in particular people that I have never really properly thanked. Gen Fukunaga, who has busted his ass to keep our cast alive and keep it consistent. He fights for you guys every day for anime, and he's been so good to us. We wouldn't have the same cast without this. I'd also like to thank Toei Animation and Lisa Yamatoya, who I've met recently, who has been so good to us and making friends with us and working with us to help make Dragon Ball great in America. And Endo-san, whose first name I can't remember, and the rest of the Toei staff, who we had a wonderful time with and making new friends. And what a beautiful thing that all started with a man in Japan with a dream who's just drawn a cartoon. And that's what life's about, and it's beautiful, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. So, thank you.
I was very much looking forward to coming here and seeing you all and talking to you and communication with each other. I'm really glad to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me 3 times. I'll never forget it. Thank you very much.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Justin. I'm sorry.
No, I was actually about to cut off Q&A because either we do another question or I give you something for free. Free. I go with free. We're gonna do some free stuff.
I mean, we didn't know what his question was going to be, but
I've got to grab.
I was so sorry, dude, at the front, who I interrupted. I'll answer your question at some point if you tweet me or something. I don't know.
All right. So I showed you those figures earlier, right?
Oh yes. We signed all these for you guys.
These are each the characters here signed. Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus. Vegeta signed twice, obviously. So we have time to give one set of these away here today. We're gonna play a game, and I'm gonna have to trust you guys to follow the honor system here because we're all honorable fans for Dragon Ball, right? You guys wanna play rock, paper, scissors? Play some Junkin Pong? Does anybody want to lead, or should I lead this? If you guys have ever done this before, what you do, if you want to participate, you're going to stand up, and you're going to play against one of us up here. So everyone plays with us. So this is a test run right now. So I'm going to go John, Can, Pong, and you're going to shoot rock, paper, or scissors. So if I get scissors, everybody with paper or who ties me with scissors sits down. Okay? Okay?
Keep your neighbors honest.
Tie and loss sits. And then when we get down to a smaller group, then we're going to break it off a little bit here. So I'm going to do a test round right now. Honor system only, right? You got to pay attention. And I'm going to start watching you guys, though. No cheating. There you go. John, Can, Pong. So everyone, if you don't have rock paper, you sit down. Okay, so sit down if you don't have, and keep your hands in the air. Scissors sit, papers sit. You get it? Everybody get it? Okay, let's do this for real this time. You want me to lead, or does anybody want to do this?
we can alternate.
We can all do it. Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
All
You're
right,
gonna be
let's
playing
start
against
here.
all of us we'll
do rounds. So first round, let's start with Ryō.
Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Janken poi.
All right, paper, scissors sit. Rocks only. Rocks only. Rocks only. Only the rocks stay. Okay.
Ready? I can't do it in Japanese, so rock, paper, scissors.
Paper.
And Hitler. No, I'm kidding.
Paper stays.
He's all scissor, paper. No, I did rock, didn't I? Didn't I do rock?
All right, you guys ready for this? You ready for this? Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, paper, you stay up.
Did you see me holding my scissor fingers up?
It's my turn. rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh, scissors. All right, we're getting pretty low here, so I'm gonna do one so that I can, and then we'll see how this ends up. Everybody stay up, stay up, stay up. Who's scissors right now? All right, here we go. John can bump. So scissors, how many, who's still up? Okay, everyone scissors, come walk up to the front here. Don't run, walk. So now we're gonna, this is getting to the like die hard, really, this is the big tournament arc here of this panel. How many do we got? All right. All right. What we got? 1, 2. Okay. Okay. We're probably going to get maybe 1 more or 2 more rounds out of this.
Yes, formidable.
You guys are really great at this.
All right. Sean, since you're in the middle right here.
Yes, you want me to move?
No, I want you to do the next one.
Oh, crap. Okay, cool. No. So we're doing rock, paper, scissors? Okay.
Yep.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors! I only know one. No, I'm kidding. I want to see if I can consistently throw you off.
So, paper?
I did rock again as a trick.
And
thank you, Goku.
Just 3 papers?
That was my trick.
So 3. All right, you 3. The paper, 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 right here.
I don't understand this game, Vegeta.
And also, whoever did rock tied.
Are you
too,
new,
right?
Chris? No.
All right. So no, the 3. Now we get the 3. So who cheated? We caught a cheat.
Cameras are rolling. Instant replay. Cameras. No. Okay.
Looks like we get.
I'm not gonna.
Are we claiming this? We have it on video. Well, how many people saw that? I'm gonna take audience. I'm gonna take audience for that one. I'm sorry. We have a lot of witnesses. We're gonna give it to these 2 guys. We had a lot of witnesses. Want to keep this fair. Want to keep this fair.
All right, guys.
They just go against each other then. Yeah, you call it for them. Yeah, we don't have to. They get all 3.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Rock, scissors, paper.
Oh,
my
they
God.
both go.
Ryō gets the autograph.
Okay.
Go again? Go again?
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. You want to do it? Okay, all right. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, both. They both lost. You're still in. You're still in.
I will defeat them.
No, you're
defeat them.
You both lost. You're still in.
No, because they both did paper.
Well,
I cut them.
one of them's got to win.
One of them has
so.
to win. I'm gonna let Chris do it.
Yeah. So do we want to make them fight?
Yes, let them fight it out amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I will call it. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors.
There it is. Presenting this figure set right here, sir. From our friends at Bandai. These autographed Dragon Star series
Congratulations, man.
figures. Again, the full series is going to come out this fall. You've got the Goku exclusive here that was released this weekend. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Any final words from you guys?
Thank you guys for coming. You guys are awesome. Dragon Ball forever. Keep watching. Thank you. And my special thanks to Ryō Horikawa.
We're going to do a photo with y'all
Ryō.
right here with like the actors.
Thank you very much.
Chris, Jason, you guys are
Turn
awesome.
this
Thank you
way,
all.
and we're going to do a photo with the audience.
Oh, we're going to do a
here.
photo with the audience. This is going to be great.
All right. And let's do one really quick one for this audience so you guys can take a photo, group photo right here. Just stand here so you can take a photo and get your cameras ready. Cameras ready. All right. Photos. We're gonna count it down. Hold the pose. 3, 2, 1. Thank you all very much. That is it for us here at Anime Expo 2017. Give another big round of applause for our special guests.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Dragon Ball Z cast. Thank you so much to Toei Animation. Thank you Funimation. Thank you Anime Expo for hosting.
I love you, bro.